Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that rule well through the scriptures, peace it all for elect. Just some quick, I was watching this video right here. It was all good just a few months ago. This is Babylon. Let me see. I click on it. Right, it says, this is Babylon. They have deceived you migrants, right? And when you look at the migrants, a lot of these migrants are, it's a lot going on with these migrants, all right? A lot of them are Jake, all right? Our Northern Kingdom brothers coming from Central and South America, Latin America, you know, the northern tribes. And a lot of them is sleeper cells. All right, it's a lot going on with these migrants, man. All right, I've heard brothers, different brothers speak about, hey, they coming over here to get implanted. All right, they coming over here for judgment. All right, to participate in the calamities that's gonna befall America, because calamities gonna strike the whole world, but America is gonna be the epicenter. All right, it's gonna be worse in America than it's gonna be anywhere. But I wanted to read this scripture right here, based off what they was doing. I'm gonna play the video after I read the scripture, what they was doing with the leftover food. All right. It says, Sirach 13:20, as the proud hate humility, so doeth the rich abhor the poor. And the practices that they do, that's all it is, man. They building, they got, let me Google it real quick. They got, ignore the limit. They got all type of architecture that architecture against the poor, man. They got a name for it. Come on, shit. Hostile architecture is an urban design strategy that uses elements of the built environment to purposely guide or restrict behavior. It often targets people who use or rely on public space more than others, such as youth, poor people, and homeless people, by restricting the physical behaviors they can engage in, like rest. All right, let's look at some of these images. Normal people be sleeping under the bridge, camping out. Look, spikes under there. Sit down, that's like a heat vent, spikes under there. Spikes. Look, you know, people sleep on the bench. See that bench right there? No, ain't no laying on that bench. Let me visit it. Let's look at some of these pictures, man. And the thing is, Esau, through his wicked practices, through his legislation, he makes it hard to live on the earth, man. All right, the Most High made the earth paradise. He makes it hard to live. All right. Your only option is to be a slave to him, and that's it. Can you click on somebody? Come on, man. Shit. Look at this little bench right here. See, this is wicked, man. Hell, the goddamn website wicked. It ain't letting you. Look, surveillance is one of the most frequent types of hostile architecture. Although security cameras do not physically stop people from acting a certain way, they can limit, like, look, spikes, camping prohibition, sleeping prohibition, fences or gates. The presence of homelessness and the application of anti-homeless architecture have grown in numerous cities worldwide. Here are some hostile architecture examples of this kind of urban planning that you might not have seen in your neighborhood, right? But the thing is, see, they got wicked and evil plans, because when you look at it, why would they be allowing all of these different why would they be allowing all of these migrant workers to come over here, right? Hundreds of thousands of migrant workers to come over here. First of all, the economy is in shambles. Ain't no money, ain't no jobs, but you using the state's money to fund and house these people when you're not even housing your own homeless and feeding them. Scripture says, never trust thy enemy. See, he got a wicked scheme behind that, man. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, though it seem like he on your side, he doing a good deed for you, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, right? Because you know when you wipe when the looking glass fogged up, you wipe it away, and then what? Eventually it fogs back up again. All right, it was just for a brief little moment. It was different, and that's him. If he's showing you some good, that's just for a brief little moment. That's not who he is. He got a evil and wicked scheme cooked up, and we know the scripture says what we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So we're not ignorant of him. We know he's not to be trusted. We know he got wicked plans. So we see what he do. We filter it through the scriptures and we watch it play out. Now it could be exactly that. He could have these migrant workers over here for exactly that. Because the scripture says what that he basically wanna reign over us as if the Lord was there. He wanna reign over all the Israelites, and he runs those governments over there in Latin America and North America. See, a lot of jakes ignorantly think that they are independent. Nah, he controls the politics of those countries. All right. It ain't the same grip as America. All right. He got a tighter grip over the people in America. So that could very well be the reason. All right. It could be that plus other reasons. So-called American citizens complaining about low wages and not getting paid. He could replace them with them. Who knows? We'll see. But let me play some of this video though.
Luxury hotel in Midtown Manhattan, now a public shelter for migrants. We uncovered potentially dangerous conditions there.
Yeah, a luxury hotel became a shelter for migrants. All right, and you know they probably so now the hotel getting money. So now they got every room filled, getting a kickback from the government. So the hotel more than likely getting more money with this way, all right, than just operating as a regular hotel, because you know they're not filling all the rooms. See, that's why the scripture says this place is full of fraud, man. Let me grab a quick scripture. See, that's how Esau operates. This place is full of fraud. Let me see. Psalm 10:7. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Yeah, don't trust him. Beware of him.
And now we've uncovered a massive massive waste of food paid for by the public, as one would expect from a sanctuary city like New York. So how is this happening? We're talking bags of food tossed into the garbage.
This in a city where lots of people could use that food. Here's Seven on Your Side investigative reporter Kristen Thorne.
This is insane. This is fresh. This is good food. This is bags and bags of food being thrown away.
Workers at the Row Hotel in Midtown say it's a nearly everyday occurrence.
We throw away food that is perfectly fine.
The 1,300-room hotel is being used exclusively as a shelter for migrants, some of whom are seeking asylum.
This is completely sad. This is a waste. We wasted a lot of food. We got homeless in New York City.
Felipe Rodriguez works in the housekeeping department at the hotel and told us about the food being thrown out.
And this can build tension. All right. This will build tension. All right. This can, people can start rioting after this. People can start just attacking people. This can cause some race wars between regular people and Latino people, because Jake don't really, people don't really know. People don't know the nuances of the various different Latin American tribes. All right, they look at them, they like, all right, y'all speak Spanish. It is what it is. All right, y'all speak. So you can have people attacking regular Mexican Americans, confusing them with migrant workers. When people, get frustrated, they lash out and act out. All right. And the scripture speaks, the scriptures prophesies about people hand being against their neighbor, uproars of the people. Let me grab that real quick, because this is worthy of an uproar. 2 Ezra 9:3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, meaning it was prophesied. All right. And it's been uproars of the people all over the world. And most of the uproars of the people in America been manufactured to a degree. Esau got his hand in it. They got everybody riled up over the George Floyd thing with the BLM. And who funded that? And what George Soros. And where did the proceeds go? All the funds that was raised with those 3 alphabet women who was behind BLM, or was it 2? They got big old matches, sold out the community, got them some matches. All right, but the bulk of that money went to the Democratic Party. Joe Biden, Clinton, and you other simple Negroes, guy you like, Bernie Sanders. So when they were sending money to BLM to support the cause, that money was going to the man. So I guess white lives do matter. But anyway, yeah, this is a prime incident to cause some uproars. You got your own homeless, Press play again.
Going to waste.
He says this is the delivery the city makes to the hotel every day, 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Fruit, water, and sandwiches are also available on every floor. Rodriguez says workers have spoken with hotel management about the amount of food being thrown out.
We have complained rigorously about the waste of food.
This housekeeping attendant, who did not want to be identified, says she throws out food all the time.
Boxes of apples, boxes of bananas. They throw out the sandwiches as well.
We asked the city repeatedly how much it spends every day supplying food to migrants at the Row. They didn't get back to us with an answer, but said the food is prepared fresh in the city every day and reflects the diets of the residents at the hotel.
And you know that hotel, you can I'll venture and I'll assume that hotel is making money. because the state paying for everything. So they can just say whatever. They can say whatever. You know how it go when they get those contracts. It's an insider thing. So it's all. It ain't. It's who you know. It's all about connected. Ain't no telling who own the hotel, which one of them prominent people. So they probably getting the food and it's only costing them this much, but they saying it's that much. So that's even more money, all right, coming out of the taxpayers. All right, so that's in New York. New York ain't cheap, man. Hell, a goddamn 700 square foot apartment over $1,000. Bathroom might not even have a tub in that mug.
A city spokesperson said in a statement, "We cannot and would not ever force clients to finish food they had taken, but we do donate leftover food when possible." The city says some of the food is discarded, but they didn't say how much and how much the waste is costing taxpayers.
If you know you're throwing away so much food, why won't the city say, let's have accountability, let's shorten down the rations, and let's throw less food away?
Now here in the city,
yeah, and the scripture speaks about a famine. All right. So that's a part of it, because basically that's a manufactured famine. All right. Esau wants there to be chaos. Okay. This earth, the Most High created this earth to be inhabited. All right. This earth supplies more than what we need, man. First of all, it don't even take that much food to sustain yourself. All right. If you live a what they call it, sedentary, when you're not real active, it only take one decent meal a day. Honestly, one decent meal a day, a meal that got nutrients and vitamins. But the average American just eat garbage all day. Eat garbage, and then you throw the garbage away, and Esau helping throwing away. The things are failing. The crops are failing. All right. Different times of the year, you get a cold front. So when crops will be growing, all right, when they springing up, then the cold front come and then blast it away. Hey, that's detrimental, man. So there are various manipulating the weather, okay, manipulating the seas, GMO. Those things can't sustain within themselves. GMO seeds can't sustain itself. All right. You got to do it. You got to do things the way the Most High said to do it. That way it's sustained. So it's different variables, which is helping forward this famine. All right. And the main variable, well, the Most High said it in His Word, but we see how His Word is being manifested. It's being manifested through Esau Edom, this devil and his wicked practices. And all in all, on top of that, he throwing away food. Bags and bags and bags of good food. A lot of that stuff was still in the wrapping.
Chaos breaks out as migrants desperately seek shelter. A melee broke out at an East Village processing center this morning. That is where our Stephanie Bertini
really like
is live right now with the latest. Stephanie, what happened there?
Gavin.
Arthur, well, right now it's cold out here, it's windy, it's wet. During this kind of weather, the most vulnerable are most at risk. Here in New York.
And a lot of those homeless be veterans, man. Which that's something that the Most High hate. All right? And Esau Edom is responsible. All right? Esau Edom is responsible, all right, for the mistreatment and maltreatment of these veterans, man. Ain't no such thing. Every veteran is supposed to be rich. Every last one of them, man. Every last one of them. especially the infantrymen, or the ones that was actually out there fighting the enemy, especially them. But everything is backwards in this place. Sirach 26 and 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty. Come on, man. Why is a man of war suffering poverty? And men of understanding that are not set by right, because men of understanding are not in positions to rule with their understanding. Because if that was so, the world would be in a much better place. And the men with that understanding is Yahweh Shai and his men. But that's why the scripture says, in due time, the Most High will set one up to rule the world that is profitable. And as we see this chaos ensue, and the world go to shit, and it's just like on every side, on every turn, there's no answer. It's just everything is just fucked. Then we getting closer and closer to the Most High sending his son to rule in righteousness. It says, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin, the Lord prepareth such an one for the sword. All right. Let me grab a famine scripture. If I didn't grab it already. I think I might have grabbed one. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it in 2nd Ezra's. Let me see. 2nd Ezra's. 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. No, 17. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? We talking about the end of days. All right. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning. See, right now we in the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. All right. You see certain aspects of bad situations ain't affecting the majority yet. People can still kind of like live within their own little bubble to a certain extent. But what the poor going through, what the homeless going through, that bubble is about to expand and include a lot more people. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? And Ezra is saying that because he gonna be surrounded by them. All right, the hopeful elect gonna be surrounded by him. All right, but the Lord gonna deliver him out of them. But as he's in this vision, he's watching what's going on. He's surrounded by the misfortune. He's surrounded by the said evils that was prophesied. He ain't like I said earlier. People in a little bubble. I live in Carmel. I don't have to deal with. Because I'm in Indianapolis, out here, Carmel is like one of the richest cities in Indiana. One of them cities. Man, you don't see people begging out there. Like it's like against the law, and they enforce that. I ain't never seen nobody begging in Carmel. You don't see it, but it's gonna hit places. It's gonna hit them places. Go back to this vid.
City that includes migrants and the homeless population, and that can translate into a range of emotions. We saw evidence of that here earlier today. Volunteers at home.
That can translate into a range of emotions. Yeah, the main ones is frustration and anger.
In Square Park are helping migrants get some things that could offer a little comfort in the face of the harsh weather in the forecast tonight.
They hand us some food and this to keep us warm because it's very cold out here.
This man from Guinea, West Africa, is one of the many asylum seekers in New York City now facing uncertainty as shelters are at capacity. On a night like this, that uncertainty can create a range of emotions, including fear. And you're not used to this weather, right?
We are not. This is a strange environment.
Earlier today, emotions were high not too far from the park in front of the former St. Bridget School, now operating as a shelter reentry center for migrants during this crisis, as limits on shelter stays were imposed by the city months ago.
There are literally hundreds every day lined up around the block, all the way to the next block and around the corner.
This morning, ahead of the storm and the forecast, police were called after an altercation broke out. The NYPD says 2 officers sustained minor injuries.
Yeah, and see, these foreign people, look, they gonna fight the police. They ain't docile and dumbed down. The food they eat ain't got hormones and chemicals in it to emasculate you and beat down your willpower. No, they gonna be resisting and fighting the police. Talking about 2 police suffered minor injuries. Oh yeah. You talking about foreign people. Ain't got no problem, retaliating to the police. They walking in their manhood.
2 migrants are facing several charges now, including resisting arrest. According to a witness, it had to do with someone cutting the line. They are not respecting the line. That's why the problem happened, he said. The Department of Homeless Services says tonight a code blue is in place, meaning if you need a warm bed, you should be able to access one. But with the overflow in shelters between the migrant population and the homeless in New York City, there are doubts. In a statement from Housing Justice for All, thousands of our homeless neighbors, including families and children, will be forced to endure freezing temperatures on the streets today. Some may die.
Look at that. Some may die.
And of course, as the weather gets worse tonight, anything can help. Outreach workers are out making sure those who need a warm place can get to it. Arthur, back to you inside.
All right, thank you very much, Stephanie.
Yeah, so you got a while ago, a lot of the migrant workers was turning around, going back home. All right, and the scriptures speak about that. What it says. Let me see. Isaiah 13:14. And it shall be as the chased roe. What is a chased roe? A roe is a deer. And when you chasing a deer is in a panic. All right? You hunting a deer, that's the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord, man. Everybody who ain't got Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is just going to be a frightened, panicked deer. All right? Not a buck. You ain't got no defense. You just a doe. All right? With a wound in you already. With a bullet in you already. And you still running. So you hella panicked. And as a sheep that no man taketh up, sheep need shepherd. So you just gonna be for a prey. A sheep is a prey animal, no natural defense. A sheep's defense is just to huddle up. The whole flock get together and just huddle up. They don't got no defense. It should say then. These apps be tweaking. Let me see if it's the right word in Isaiah 13:14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Okay, I was wrong. These apps do be tweaking though. It says, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. Because a lot of them are like, well, I could do better where I'm at. And the foreigners, when I was working with a lot of foreigners, especially from Africa. A lot of them say the same thing. In my country, I can blah, 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 blah. And see, they didn't know and realize that America wasn't what they thought it was. They were sold a lie and a dream too. just the simple fact of owning property. And you got to pay property tax. No, they don't do that over there. You own some land over there, you own the land. You own it. You don't pay no property tax. And they finding out these various different things. And they're like, well, wait a minute. See, they still got a little false hope now. They still, because people still somewhat forcing it. All right, but the Most High, as time progresses and time go on, He bringing it to their face. You're gonna be forced to see it. You know, you're gonna be forced to deal with the truth of the situation. So with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the hopeful elect. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodah, Shalom.